Hello and welcome. You're watching World is One News. I'm Archana Solanki. We are starting this bulletin with some breaking news coming in. What happened when Indian Defence and External Affairs ministers met their US counterparts? Did the US press India for a dialogue with Pakistan? At least that's what Pakistan is trying to project. Wion has spoken to the US State Department official. We'll tell you what happened, but before that, here's what the US has to say.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Siddhant from Wion. My question is, apparently the Pakistanis are claiming that they sent a message through Secretary of State on India-Pakistan dialogue. Was that raised during Secretary Pompeo's meet with the Indian External Affairs Minister? And second question on Maldives, was that raised also?
In general, the United States, supports dialogue between India and Pakistan that can reduce tensions, and we understand and have had frequent conversations with our Indian partners on the expectations that there be a demonstrable reduction in cross-border terrorism or infiltration that will help create the confidence for dialogue to take place. So again, we welcome the positive messages that we saw exchanged between Prime Minister Khan and Prime Minister Modi, and we defer to the two governments on how they can build on what are already existing structures, whether it's the National Security Advisor dialogue or the DGMO channel or the people-to-people ties that have been sustained through the best service. And so this is, if the conditions can be created for a productive bilateral conversation, obviously we would be very supportive. The Maldives did come up in the conversation. I think you've seen the U.S. Department of State's statement of concern and willingness to look at targeted measures if the elections in the Maldives turn out to be undemocratic and do not permit the opposition to meaningfully participate. And so, yes, we did raise our concerns.
All right, for more on this, I'm joined by Wion's principal correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, who's joining us from New Delhi. Siddhant, America is very clear that confidence-building measures are essential for a dialogue to take place. That has been India's stance also from day one. Give us more details about your conversation with the U.S. Department of Secretary.
Well, this conversation was on the 2+2 dialogue, and it was a teleconference in which the Indian media was invited, and Alice Well was the ambassador who was briefing the Indian media. Wion asked that question that did the Pakistani side ask the Americans to raise the issue of India-Pakistan talks? She didn't reply to that question, but she did said that the Americans support India-Pakistan dialogue, but reiterated something that is New Delhi's language. She said that our partners, which is New Delhi, have been speaking about cross-border terror, and she said that you can come out with an environment which can promote dialogue. But the fact that she mentioned cross-border terror before saying that statements send a strong message to Islamabad that its talks and terror can't go together, but talks on terror can happen. That is, of course, New Delhi's line. And today, America is speaking New Delhi's line after that 2+2 dialogue. And interestingly, this is not the first time Washington is speaking about the India-Pakistan dialogue. Just one day before the 2+2 dialogue was to happen on Thursday, there was a briefing en route from Islamabad to New Delhi in which an unnamed State Department official, the transcript is out on the State Department website, talked about India-Pakistan dialogue. The same line was reiterated today by Alice Wells, but there was another additional point which was not mentioned today, that the State Department said that we have de-hyphenated India and Pakistan. They are no longer together for Washington. It's dealing with India and dealing with Pakistan. They said that with India, we have a strategic partnership, and with Pakistan, we want action on terror. And before I asked this question to Alice Wells, there was a question from another Indian media outlet talking about what transpired during Secretary of State's visit in Islamabad, and she said that the focus was on halting the terror proxies which Islamabad has been supporting, and that needs to be curbed. And she said that there was this chance and opportunity of meeting with the civilian leadership in Islamabad. That was the main aim, but the focus was on action against the terror proxies which Islamabad has been supporting, and that also transpired here in New Delhi when the Indian leadership and the American leadership met. They discussed Pakistan, and if we look at the joint statement, two important key heights on Pakistan were: first, action on Hafiz Saeed; second, action on the perpetrators of 2611, Uri,
Right.
Pathankot and the D Company. Also, there was change in the State Department's language. They used the term that territories within the control of Pakistan, that's a departure from the earlier line which is used as Pakistani territory, so that it seems that that State Department or the Americans are shifting their stand on POK.